The filter-free diary. Uh,
Good morning. It's 11:08. Kind of slept in this morning. It was great. So gotta share a quick thought with you. There's a given last episode. There's a reason not to share data in the moment as it happens. Was it awkward for you watching it drip out of me as I'm fucking trying to assemble it? Yeah, it's awkward for me too. I'm not a fan of showing the gross moments, but I wanted you to see, that's how that shit happens. But when I take time to, reflect on it and chew the cud, you get a much better compilation than you do in the moment as it's happening. Because not for nothing, and this is for yesterday, do you know your lungs are not two lobes? I mean, they look like two lobes, but they're actually 5 pieces? Do you know you got a 23 in your fucking lungs? Well, you got a 2 and a 3 in your fucking lungs? Yeah, you probably don't know you got a 23 in your lungs. But the thing about the lungs is a 23 is a 5. The lungs are a 5. That is also processing a 3. Just putting that out there. Totally a human thing. Okay, so anyways, moving on to today. It's going to be a little information intense. But I feel like, we have enough data, or I'm going to show you the final sets of data, where we can make us a human. Yeah! Does that sound weird? Yeah, you're telling me. All right, so we'll start with the face because we've mostly coded or decoded the face, right? Like we know this is the number 1 and we know this is the number 3, right? I mean, that's what we keep talking about. But what you may not know is where the 2 is. Now I'm going to give you that's funny. I'm going to give you a quick shot of the 2. It is the reflection of which the eyes, transpose. So this is your 2, and it does have 2 holes, and it does work for both eyes to drain them when they cry, as I'm sure you saw yesterday, as it was just out of my face. So this is your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3. And I bet you can figure out where your 4 is. Pretty obvious, right? And the way you know for sure that it's a 4 is, here we go. 1 articulation this way. The reflection articulation this way. Another reflection articulation this way. And the final to complete this set. 4 articulations, right? And they're all reflections of one another. And that's your mouth. So this is your number 4, right? And I'm not gonna talk about any of the other numbers at the moment, because here you go. Here's your 4. And you know what it makes if you go and connect the dots. You got 1, 2, 3, and now you're drawing a stem down to the 4. Do you know what's on your face? It's the Y. It's bigger than just this. It goes all the way down, but only if you connect the dots. Did you know you have a Y on your face? You have a Y on your face. Why, bro? Why? That is the question, isn't it? So yeah, so those are the numbers of your face. And interestingly enough, we talked about the numbers of the body a couple days ago, more than a couple days ago. But I didn't recognize the pattern. And it's funny because I know that pattern. If you look at episode Throne tells you it goes 1, 3, 4, no, 1, 2, sorry. 1, 2, 4, 3. It does because your right arm, this is my 1, this is my 2, I got a 3 down there, oh sorry, the 3 crosses, and I got a 4. I'm gonna have to get a diagram. to make that easier to see, because I don't really fit on this mirror. Barely get my face on this mirror. Anyways. But yeah, so left arm is number 1. Right arm is number 2. Right leg is number 4, believe it or not. And left leg, sorry, I'm really bad at this, is number 3. And that is the articulation pattern in Revelations when it talks about the throne. And it talks about the thing in the center that is encircled by that. And the thing in the center that is encircled by that is your body core, interestingly enough. And it doesn't give you a number for that. And that's an interesting one to talk about, that body core piece, because it is the number 1, but then your left arm is also the number 1. And there might be something in a way of a correlation, like when you have a heart attack in your body core, you also end up feeling it in your arm. I think it is your left arm, but I can't quite remember. But it has to do with the coating of the body and the fact that those two pieces are very similar, even though they look totally different. Not for nothing, your left eye is the number 1 too, and it looks nothing like your freaking arm or your body core. It has more to do with their functionality, right? Because isn't your left arm kind of like your power arm, as where your right arm is kind of like your guidance and fine articulation arm? I'm using that word a lot, I'm sorry. I just mean movement, really. Yeah, there's a lot more I can get into, but I'm out of time. But I just wanted you to see what the human body looks like. Have a good one.